It is less than 3 weeks from our first spring market show, and Sue and I decided it was time to take a road trip to go do a little shopping. But on our way, we decided that we would also stop at some little, we're going to call them hole in the wall places that you see off to the side of the road when you're on a road trip, and you always wonder, hey, what's that place like? We're going to stop at a few and show them to you. Our first stop is at Shantytown Village. This is located between Palm Coast, Florida and St. Augustine, Florida. This was a lot of fun as it was quite large. It is fairly new to the area. It has a very small little feeding area where you can feed some goats if you have children that want to feed goats or adults that want to feed goats. There were 2 goats in there. We didn't have any food with us, and so they really didn't care about us. It appears there's also a stage for live music, and they did tell us that next Saturday, there is going to be a festival there, so we'll be curious to see what that's like. And they're supposed to have live music and drinking and what have you. It is a very charming way when you're coming in, and I'm going to let you take a look around and see what we found. There's probably 5 buildings, I think, that looked like vendor items, a bunch of different little vendor booths throughout. Interesting stuff. What do you think? Interesting stuff. A little cooler inside than I expected.
A little more variety than I expected.
Sue and I actually did buy a couple cute little items from this store, and I have to say though, as I wandered through and I looked at the items that were for sale, I wonder if the vendors in places like this make any money. The prices were pretty reasonable on most items, but I just can't imagine this being a place that you would go to very often because of its location. So I don't know. I wonder if they get a lot of people that just pull off and come and check it out. I'm curious. Is that something that you do when you travel? Do you often stop at these little places on the side of the road? Or is that just you always kind of wonder what's there? This was my favorite room. It just was a little room. It was very quaint, very cottage. I loved all the spring decor. I bought a little bunny from this space, and honestly, I might have bought more if it were someplace that was a little closer. Excluding the sign on the door, which was hilarious, this particular space didn't have a lot that I was interested in. A lot of cork handbags, a lot of jewelry, things like that. I don't tend to buy a lot of jewelry from vendor booths. Sometimes I do at marketplaces when they're very unique, but it's just not something that I tend to buy a lot of. There were a lot of cute pet items in these, lots of signs, some that I recognize, some that we carry. Overall though, I do think that if you were driving this way and you wanted to stop and get a look at some kitschy items and maybe some souvenirs, this is a fun place. Oh look, they even have a photo shoot area. There were a lot of skeletons, so I'm gonna guess that the owners of this really enjoy Halloween. I followed Sue into this one, and with all the bourbon barrels outside, I wasn't the least bit surprised that almost as soon as I walked in, she found something that she wanted. You'll see in a minute. Hang on. What is it, Sue?
It's the barrel top for Whistle Pig. So because, you know, I love my whistle pig.
And so that was a fun little road trip. It's time to head on to the next stop. And our next stop was the Artisan Antiques in Little Mountain, South Carolina. Here, I am so excited. In a moment, I'm about to find something that I literally thought I only dreamed about in my childhood. No way! I used to have one of these, and I have never seen anything that's ever shown them. And I thought I was losing my mind that I did not actually have this. I really thought all these years that I was losing my mind. That it was like some weird dream. Some fire hose. No, it's not the whole thing. It's just like the books from it. The show and tell. This is all pretty. When you first walk in, there's all these wind chimes and cool metal art, but you are walking right into a coffee house, which starts just on the other side of this really cool 19th century wedding horse. For sure, in this store, I was preoccupied with the ceilings quite a bit. The ceilings throughout really gave it a fun vibe. What are adorable.
Look how cute these little things are. They're so cute.
You like them?
I like them a lot. They're so cute.
What are they, like little turnips? Radishes?
Little turnip salt pepper shakers.
Very cute.
And I like the little feety glasses, because who doesn't want feet on their glass?
Who doesn't want feet on their glasses?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, they're so fun now. That's pretty. I like that.
That's fantastic. It's gorgeous, though.
Decent price.
I'm buying it for me.
Because we use pictures all the time.
All the time.
You know that I can't seem to focus.
I feel like somebody follows the people that we watch. What do you think? I'm thinking they're following Julie or Bree, Jamie Ray. This feels like a booth inspired by my favorite YouTubers. Uh-oh, Sue's starting to buy stuff now.
set is. They got a whole set of these. They're beautiful. Look, they even got the little plates.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice.
It's a nicely merchandised booth, albeit a smidge on the tight side.
It's a little tight.
Like, I don't think I could get in there. You're barely fitting in there. I don't think I would choose to go back. I do like how it's merchandised way up though. I like the angel wings up there with the bodice. I don't know if you can really see
Oh,
them.
yeah.
But I in general like the merchandising of this particular booth. Although, like I said, a bit tight.
These old postcards? Man, I got tons of old postcards.
Uh-oh.
What you looking at?
Just
Everything.
everything, merchandising, the, you know me, I like that is a really unique cabinet.
A fraternity paddle?
I guess, yeah.
Interesting. There's probably a better market for that if you put it in the right places.
I like the bird cage.
Pardon me, I'm walking across.
This looks very interesting. I like the uniqueness of the items in this booth. So I'm really digging the ceilings in this place, at least in this side. This wasn't this way the whole way through, but very cool. Definitely creates an ambiance. Is there anything that I should be like, you should be buying that? Because I'm not an antique collector. Well, this was a fun trip, and now it's on to our next one, which was just a few blocks down the road. We had actually passed it heading to that one. There were several antique stores. If we had gotten here earlier, we might have been able to visit a few more. Now, while this was truly an antique store, and it didn't have much of the kinds of things that I personally sell, I did enjoy looking at the variety of ways that they worked spring and Easter into their booths, and how sometimes very simple things can have a big impact in making it feel like it goes in with the holiday. I really loved this wreath. I actually thought about buying it, but I have several Easter wreaths. I don't need another one, but it was really pretty.
You know that I can't seem to focus when you're getting close to me. We're like a broken record spinning round and round all year. I know that I can't do more. I know that you feel the same. Why do we keep playing all of these games? I don't wanna go, 'cause your love is what I want, babe.
because I have that little yellow guy in my cabinet.
that it won't be easy. Maybe we're just too alike. I wanna stay up all night with you.
And of course, we're going to end the day with coffee. She always gets a mocha, and I always get a chai tea. Thanks for joining us on our little adventure.